And so here we are ready for the 8th round of RacingLeague.net. As always, I'm here, Tommaso Maffei, as the commentator of the championship. Remember to subscribe to the channel and also follow the league on Sim Grid if you want to participate and join the races. We are here at Snetterton with a very difficult condition. Now it's wet, but as you see on the right top, you see that the weather right now is raining, with is medium raining, but in 10 minutes the rain will stop, so maybe we will have time for the cars to drive with dry tires, with the dry compound. But in 30 minutes, very low rain will return, so it's a very difficult situation to understand. Right now we are with Alessandro Dubois, that is the first driver that exited the pit. As always, 30 minutes of qualifying, and after that we have 1 hour racing with mandatory pit stop, mandatory refueling, but not mandatory change of tires. Ooh, Alessandro Dubois lost the control of the car here as Snetterton on the last right-hander before the left that start the lap. Ooh, again, attention, Alessandro Dubois in a very difficult situation right now, and starting its lap, we go inside his car with this McLaren that is not the best car for raining condition, but it can certainly do great thing here at Snetterton. Snetterton that is one of British DLC pack. Alessandro Dubois goes outside, and so no valid lap for him, and so we go with Von Liebestein that is behind him right now with Honda. We go on the interior of its Honda. Great at the hairpin. Now this left-hander that is very difficult to understand, especially on wet. But ooh, he goes a little bit too much on the curb and lost the control of the car. Now braking at 150 meters. Left-hander, very difficult hairpin also. Normally you can go a lot on the curb, but with this condition it's not the best. Left-hander. Also here you can do a lot on the curb, but as always with this type of condition is not ideal. Now we are in this double right-hander that goes into this long straight, the second longest straight of the track, that goes into a very difficult left-hander. Left and right-hander. Here you need to brake a lot. Also on the turn you need to brake with the wheel turned, with the tire turned on the left, so it's not easy. Ooh, this right-hander here with the wet condition is not easy, but Von Liebestein is doing its best right now. And last right-hander, but normally you do in a very easy way, but here is not easy. Von Liebestein, what a control here with its Honda, setting the first time of qualifying session, 1:58.552. Great lap by Von Liebestein, taking first place right now, but it's only the first that set the lap. And here we are with Reindeer Helmut with its Pingu car, my favorite car if we talk about livery, but there's a lot of good livery here on RacingLeague.net. Lucas Mathiesen, first place, 1:57.282. 1.2 second faster than Von Liebestein. Very good by Lucas, by the Dutchman, and also under those closing in 2 minutes and 20 milliseconds. But Valenduk with his Porsche, 1:57.950. And right now it's the best condition to do, because as you see right now the rain it's slowly stopping, and so the time will improve. It's the moment when you need to stay out And to the lap, the temperature are not too high. 18 degrees of air and 22 of track is not the best, but it isn't too much for the tires. With right now the number 84, it is Davide Russo, the Italian driver, Mega National driver. And we have also right now in lap that is doing good right now, Von Liebestein. It is closing right now, and he can take the pole position, but is little behind with a time of 5 milliseconds behind of Lucas. But Lucas is improving again a lot. Attention of the traffic. There's 2 BMW ahead. One is Van der Does, the other one is Veldhuizen. And Lucas is closing right now with a time of 156.505. Now need to leave a little bit of space. And I think it's not raining right now, but I need it's strange to see. Yeah, it's raining a little bit right now. Not so much, but it's raining. So it's not an easy condition to understand. Wow, ooh, long. Taylor Hobbs, new driver also. Taylor Hobbs with the Audi LMS2. Trying its best to set its lap time. But I had attention to the top 3. Von Liebestein, Valenduk and Mathiesen. Also Michael Hutman doing its best. We have one great absent today. But this is Patrick van der Linden. And so Patrick today is not here for the race. Very unlucky to not see Patrick van der Linden on the penultimate race of the championship, but it's good to see a lot of drivers that are on the battle for the championship. Lucas first position, Patrick second, but right now he will not race, so he will have a 6th place as best position today after this DNF or DNS, because it's not a DNF because it's never arrived, but first place by Von Liebestein. It stays ahead of Lucas Mathiesen right now. And also Armand Petrovic is closing. No, it's not closing because he's on the 2nd sector right now. Petrovic is doing his best with Mercedes. A silver driver, remember that that's the driver that you see in different categories. It is on work, this type of category, because we have a pro driver, silver driver, and IM driver. And this work in progress because it's the first time that it's type of element is here on RacingLeague.net. So it's very fun to see the different driver right now. Von Liebestein, as I am, it's first, but he always demonstrated its velocity, its speed, but he's not the most constant driver. Here with Petrovic closing in 8th place. Von Liebestein already gained a lot, but also Lucas, attention, because he's gaining 1 second. Right now there's no rain, so it's the best condition right now to do with the wet compound, because the track is wet. Von Liebestein closing with a 1:55.897, but attention to Lucas Mathiesen, last turn for him. Great last turn, great exit, and it will be a pole position by a lot, with a time of 54.920. Great time by Lucas Matischen. But right now goes wide. And he will probably go into the pit lane with Miguel Utman. It is improving and maybe can try to arrive to Valenduk time. It's trying its best with the Audi. And now it's very fun to see the top 6. The top 6 we have 6 different constructions, 7 different construction in the top 7 because Davide Russo arrived in the top 7 right now. Not the best exit by Utman, but it's close. It's close. It's behind. I think it's behind at the end. Ooh, no, it's cancelled its time for the track limit at the end. I didn't see that, but its lap was cancelled for the track limit. But right now we are with Alan Kelly, the Irish driver, that demonstrated on the last race that he can be one of the best of the league. But here in wet condition, he's having his difficulty, and we can understand that. But Alan is doing its best right now. He's improving by 1.7 seconds each time. And so can certainly have a good chance to take at least the top 5. Not the best last curve. And so he lost a little bit on the last straight. But he's closing with a time of 1:56.635. Top 4 right now for Kelly. Very good lap. We're going to Utman. Look at how he goes here. Ooh, lot of loss of control. Because also of BMW that crash ahead of him. Miguel Vet is doing its best with Audi. Now this right-hander. The track remain wet. Ooh. Again, great control of the car by Mikel. And good exit on the last turn. We will see if he can beat Kelly. He beat Kelly. 4th place for Utman. And we go to Petrovic's. Ordelman. We go with Ordelman because Petrovic's we already saw its time. It's improving, but Ordelman is improving better. It's time. We see him here with the Aston Martin. Doing its best. And going very fast. Here at Snetterton. Snetterton that is one of the British track after 2 rounds in America, in USA, with that we have COTA, Circuit of America, and Indianapolis, where we also saw the 8 hours Indianapolis in that weekend. Right now we return to Great Britain, and we are at Snetterton. With a time, great time by Ordelman, 1:56.212. Great time by the Dutch. But right there's Lucas Matischen that is improving again by a lot. It's trying to go away to Valenduk. Valenduk with a 1:55.047. He improved a lot its lap time. Right now I exited the pit to try to take the pole position. Remember right now first sector, best first sector set by Lucas Matischen, and the second and third are set by Valenduk. So it's not so behind and Lucas. He can certainly take the pole. Also attention to Bolivestin and Kelly. I can improve Kelly right now. It will be ahead of Lucas' time, but if Lucas closes this time, he can stay ahead of everybody. Great last corner. It's a great time here. It's a great time. The 1:54.03.2. Wow. But attention to Von Levenstein also. Because he's trying to beat the other Dutchman. We have a lot of Dutchmen here. But he's doing a great lap time right now. The first best sector, third best sector right now is it's sected by Samuel, and the other two, the first and the second, by Lucas. So right now it's very difficult to understand where the qualifying will go, because we are very narrow on this qualifying. Now on the boom ball, with the right hander, that is not easy, and the Koran, that is this long right hander, and the last is the Murray's that goes into Senna Straight, and maybe it's ahead, maybe it's ahead. Let's see when he cut the line, and it is ahead with a 1:53.910. He beat the 54 barrier. Great lap time by Von Levenstein. Utman taking second place. And Ballenduk right now try to rejoin the top 3 group. And right now it's there to at least the top 3. But he can also do the pole position if it tries. Right now the track is humid, so the conditions are a little bit better. You need to stay with wet tires right now, because it's a wet condition with the humid track. Maybe we will see someone that tries to go with the slick when the track it's slippery. But right now Yannick Vanlenduk it's on pace for taking the pole position. Also Lucas is on pace to retake the pole. Vanlenduk last curve right now. Ooh, great control, a little bit of oversteer, but get very good at it, and it will be a pole position for him right now with a 1:53.597, 3/10 of a second faster than Von Levenstein, but he's closing its lap time right now, and it's near, but it will be behind him with 1:53.665. And right now, Ballenduk is first, but none of the sector is the best. None of his sector are the best on track right now. But attention to Lucas with a crazy third sector. Last turn here. When the 10 minutes remain till the end of the session. And Lucas closing with a time of 1:53.542. 55 milliseconds ahead of Vanlenduk. What a qualifying session we're having right now. And we go inside with Vanlenduk. All the engine sound right now. And Valenduk regain its pole position, 1:53.255. Lucas Matician hesitating right now, but arriving right now. No, look, so Von Lievestein, but it was outside of the track limit, so he goes into the pit lane. We are here with Roald Ordelman right now for the top 5. He tried to regain the 4th place against Michael Hutman. And right now he can do that. But we will see if at the end it will be ahead of him. Because right now Hutman it's improving also. And so we are... It's very difficult to understand if it will be pole position for Ordelman, or not pole position, sorry, 4th place for Ordelman or 4th place for Hutman. But maybe also they can battle for pole position right now. With the time that he's doing, Ordelman is not on pace for beating the lap time by Valenduk, but he can beat the lap time of Hutman. It is 1 second ahead of its best time. Great last curve, lost of control. Barrier lost a lot, and they lost a lot. But it's ahead of Hutman with a 1:54.6. But Hutman is improving, and he can certainly stay ahead of the Aston driver. Also behind Hutman versus Kelly, so attention also to the Irish. Good last curve for Michael Hutman when 7 minutes, 0.7 seconds remain. Hutman behind Ordelman, but Kelly ahead of both of them. So Kelly joined the battle for the 4th place. Great qualifying we're seeing right now. Wow. Only Alexander Wa right now, it's the only one that has no lap time set. But for our drivers, there's all the time set. The last right now it's Veldhuizen that is in difficult situation with his BMW. Their drivers range by 5 seconds behind till 1 second and 0.2 of a second behind. So we have a great range in this humid condition right now. It's not an easy qualifying, we can say that without any problem. And the drivers were doing their best to try to take the better placement for the start of a race. And we will see if the start of a race will be under rain condition, because on free practice that was sunny condition. So here in qualifying I expected the rain, but we have some rain, and we will see if the rain will remain on the race session. Lucas Matician closing again, and will beat the 53 barrier with a 1:52.65. Great time by Lucas. Attention also to Valenduk on the straight with this Porsche. Here on the left, right-hander. Good line going on the curb that right now are not wet like before. So you can do a better lap time. And now he's on the limit with Lucas. Good last turn. But maybe it's sad, maybe not. We will see, It's cutting right now, 1:52.730, only 80 milliseconds behind. And now we are with Von Lievestein. All the engine sound for Von Lievestein right now. and Von Levenstein taking the pole position. Great time. 1:52.077. Now it's the best moment to do the lap time. So also Valentug is trying to take the pole, and it's very close. And it's pole! 20 milliseconds ahead of Von Levenstein. Wow, wow, wow! Lucas, it's the moment to exit right now. 2 minutes till the end of race. Sorry, not the race, but qualifying session. And Lucas right now need to exit. To try to take the pole position. But it's there. Stop on the pit lane also on Levenstein. It's there. Block on the pit lane, and I think they will finish their qualifying session. So we are here with Valentug, that is again improving. Maybe to beat the 52 barrier with its incredible Porsche that can do everything right now. And we can see, and we will see, if he can again and improve its time. Right now, seemingly, it's not. But one that is improving is Michael Woodman, taking 4th place at the end, when only 1 minute and 7 seconds remain. Wow, wow, wow. Von Levenstein exiting right now, but it's impossible for him to doing another lap. With Veldhuizen right now it is last. We didn't see him. Dubois? Where is Dubois? Dubois is 7. Great lap time. It was the one that doesn't have the lap time sometime before. But right now, 7th place for Dubois. Great time for him. And Koen van der Wacht right now with its beautiful livery with RacingLeague logo and also R8 logo, because remember this is a R8 LMS, the second version of the LMS. It's closing right now with a time of 1:55.587, taking 11th place, but there is another lap for them. Valentug also is trying to beat himself again. And also Reindeer Helmut with the pressure from Koen van der Wacht doing its best to try to improve its time with its fantastic Pingu car. Maybe we will have another Pingu impression on the race, but it's not time. It's not time right now. When the qualifying gets ended right now, so we only need to wait to see the driver finish their lap. With one of the driver, it was Uderkerk that stopped in not the best position. Also, Taylor Hobbs is improving, but the rain again start to fall. And so maybe right now the driver will have some difficulty on the last sector. Mut goes a little bit wide. Yeah. Hobbs right now no problem. Maybe a little too on the left side, but it was a good decision for him at least. Last turn for Taylor Hobbs. Great exit. Reindeer Helmut not the best at exit. Taylor Hobbs closing with a time of 1:56. One that is ahead of Helmut. And Helmut closing with a not valid time. And so remains 15th place. Pole position by Valentug, 2nd place by Von Levenstein, and 3rd by Lucas Matischen. So, right now, a little bit of pause, and we return ready for the race. Remain here on RacingLeague.net for the 8th round of this amazing championship. And so we are here ready for the start of this race when we are here in the formation lap with Valenduk on pole position, followed by Von Livenstein and third Lucas Matischen. The conditions are wet and it will be worst, at least as we see here on the weather tracker. And so we are ready to see who will be the fastest driver around. And right now, Yannick Valenduk seems the fastest. But remember, there's the BOP rule with the drivers that have a time penalty. Depends on what's the result on the last races. With Valenduk with 25 seconds, Matischen with 30, Utman with 20, Kelly with 15, and Ordelman with 5 seconds. So, we will have this incredible race. 21 driver, not so much. Normally we have 30 drivers for this RacingLeague.net race, but maybe the combination of the track and the combination of condition seems that some drivers are missing, and also some drivers have holiday or other things to do that are more important than racing in a simulator. Remember that here we race for fun. The first thing is to have fun. And so if you want to have fun with us, remember to follow the YouTube channel where you're watching right now the race, and also to follow on the SingGrid, RacingLeague.net, to race here with a lot of amazing drivers and very respectful drivers, where you can have great battles between each others. And so we are here with Yannick Wallendoek that stays ahead of everybody. Our drivers follow a little bit behind. We're going on double line right now. And we are ready for the start of a race. 16 minutes of incredible racing around the Snetterton. Yannick Wallendoek is ready, Von Liebestein is ready, Lucas is ready, everybody is ready for this amazing race on wet track. And we're only waiting for the green flag. And here we are, green flag, go, go, go for the driver with Yannick Wallendoek, stays ahead with Lucas Matischen, trying to take the inside line of Von Liebestein, and he take it, the inside line. Now the airpin, attention to everybody, need to stay careful here. Great braking by Olderman that goes a little bit wide, and Kelly and Duai immediately take the position with a great start by Lucas Von Liebestein. As always, not the best start. We saw that Von Liebestein have a very difficult situation on the start, but right now, very clear grid with the top three. They try to escape with Udman in fourth place. They try to remain between the others. Right there, Ulderman, but Florentin and Van Cleef goes wide on the grass. Need to re-enter, but attention, when you re-enter, he can right now, and decide to enter right now where Uderderk and Derber decide to pass. And so Van Cleef, we need to see what happened there. I need to see what happened there to Robin Van Cleef. Ooh, lot wide. Also had contact with Florentin. Hopefully everything is good for the Romanian driver. But it seem like that. Not the best break by Van Cleef. And now we return to the race with Lucas Matischen following Wallendoek. Kelly take fourth place. Utman lost 3 places on the last turn. Also Van der Wacht lost 3 places. Herbert lost on Van Cleef, and Veldhuizen gain on Marco Klein. With Lucas again following Wallendoek. Try to take some places. But they're following each other. Ooh, in 30 minutes the rain will slow a little bit. At least from the weather monitor. On the top right, if you want to see the evolution of the condition. You see a plus or a minus. Depend if it will be a little bit more or a little less. If it rain less or more. Right now we're having a great battle on the last part. I see Uderkerk, Uderkerk is underwater. Underwater goes a little bit wide. And so lost every position. Now he's in last. Also have a great battle for the top 5 with Kelly. But he's the leader of the group. Try to follow Oliver Matischen and Wallendoek. Van der Does pass Florentin, Holzer pass Petrovic. Also great return of Holzer in this race with the Lasses, with these white and red Lasses. Remember the RacingLeague.net colors. And so right now it's more than a mental game right now with this type of condition in a very narrow track. Not easy to pass here around Snetterton because it's one of the narrowest track on Assetto Corsa Competizione. But there's some type of curve when you can pass like right here by Lucas Matician, maybe on the hairpin. No, decide to remain there because it's not so close, and it was a good decision by the Ferrari driver. Follow the Porsche, and after them we have a Honda. So Italian, German, and Japanese car. But we're having the top 3, followed by another German car and an English car in the 5th place. Not originally from England, because remember that Bruce McLaren was Australian, or no, from New Zealand. I need to remember, sorry for this need of control, but I think it was from New Zealand, if I'm right. Bruce McLaren and Lucas Matician right now is following. Valenduk to try to take the first place. Bruce McLaren, it was from New Zealand, so yes. I was right at the end. Okay, from New Zealand. And Lucas with the best speed with Ferrari is doing its best to keep the pressure on Valenduk back. With the right-hander. We're doing an incredible race right now. Only 7 minutes past. 6 minutes past, sorry. But we're doing an incredible battle. More mentally than with overtake. Lost the control of the car. Russo pass, Orman pass, Utman pass. Need to see what happened here. Ooh, lost of the rear completely. Completely lost of the rear. It was impossible to control at the end. Now with tires that are a little bit hot. Need to stay on alert to not stress them too much, because it's very difficult to control the car. But Lucas lost the position. Volleyball pass. I need to see what happened here for Lucas, who goes on the grass, and so he tried to brake well, but goes wide, and Von Lieberstein taking the position, taking the second place. Lucas lost against Von Lieberstein. So right now he's one of the follower, but loss of control also for Valenduk. And this is amazing what we're seeing right now. Lost the control here on the left right-hander. Ooh. Wow. Very bad for Valenduk. But right now is on... Ooh, another crash. And that was a bad move by Utman. That was a bad move by Utman, because there's also... That was also the man ahead. And it was impossible for Ordelman to go faster. At least in that condition, it seemed that has a little bit of difficulty. So Von Lieberstein right now is in first, followed by Lucas. And Valenduk now need to recover with a little bit of damage. Need to recover as soon as he can to try to rejoin the top battle with Utman also. But right now he's behind Koeman. Lost back control of the car, and big crash on the first turn. Need to receive the crash. Lost of the rear for him completely. And goes straight into the barrier. A lot of loss of control. And Von Liebestein lost the position against Lucas Matija. Need to see what happened. I think the same as Lucas before. Yes, goes a little bit wide here. And Lucas immediately take the position. Same as before. With also Vanderdoes that right now lost place against Dua. Goes a little bit wide also for him. And Dua thanks him. Wow. We only passed 10 minutes and everything happened on this track. What an incredible race right now, guys. What an incredible race. With right now Vanderdoes. An All-Star that is trying to follow. It was risky. Valenduk have an heart attack probably. Because All-Star goes on the grass and tried to stop a car at the end. Somebody save Valenduk. And remain on 9th place, trying to follow Florentin and Russo. And the Porsche trying to recover as soon as he can on the top part of the grid. Also Elko Dusen right now behind Van Cleef. Battle between these two silver drivers, and underwater lost the control of the car. Want to see what happened there. Was a little bit on the curb, but it was a save. Long right-hander goes on the grass. Yeah, it was impossible. When he touched the grass, it was impossible to save again. And underwater lost the control. And right now, it's last because one of the driver retired. I don't know who is the driver that retired. Not Woodman because it's 13th right now. But one of the driver decided to retire. And so, we have one driver less. Okay, thanks from Lawrence. But it's very sad that you're not here today with us. And I go a little bit up with the sound of the game. Tell me if it's okay. And if I need to turn up a little bit more. With Kelly right now that is doing a great race, trying to recover on Von Liebestein. It's only 6/10 of a second. Also Valenduk that now is 7 past 2 drivers. And he's trying to battle against the Romanian Bokur Florentin right now. And hopefully, Lawrence, for you, and hopefully for your wife, I hope that she doesn't have a broken hand, because I don't know how you feel with a broken hand. I know how you feel with the fingers, with a broken finger, because I had a broken finger on the past, so I know what it means, at least for their finger, not bad. But I also know what dislocated shoulder mean, because I had on May a dislocated shoulder. But if you have 10% more, okay, we go a little bit more with the sound. Maybe we are okay with these settings. Hopefully we are okay. Now we're following also the beautiful battle between Valenduk and Bokur Florentin. And also Ulster and Utman pass Reindeer Helmut, maybe with an error of Reindeer. Go with Very played to see what happened. Reindeer to lost 2 places at once. Yeah, as always, wide in this turn. It's very difficult here to remain in control. I see from the graphic, from the... Maybe at Florentin lost a lot of places. Yeah, Florentin lost places. Also, Uthman lost places a little bit wide. Maybe push a little bit by Davide Russo. And so Valenduk pass. Also, Helmut regain its placement. But Uthman stays 13th right now in a very difficult situation. He's trying to recover, but with this condition, it's not easy. 30 minutes till the end of the rain from the weather monitor ahead on the top right. So maybe we will see a different races on the end. And we will see if also the driver can... conserve their tire and manage their tire till the end of the rain. And then the rack decided to go on the pit. Also Woodman, another crash maybe. Ooh, goes wide a lot. Need to see what happened here, because it was a very bad crash by Woodman. Also Koen van der Wack. Ooh. Koen van der Wack that tried to go with another not with slick tire, but try to go with wet tires, with a new pair of wet tires in very difficult situation. Also Herbert not have a great control, and Ordelman lost a little bit and now pressed by Dubois on the inside on the all bomb. Right hander goes right now with I think it was Van der Wacht there. But need to re-enter the track, rejoin the track in security. Ooh, a little bit wide. Ordelman and Dubois try to accelerate fast as he can to try to gain the position on Ordelman. But lost a lot on the exit. And now taking the slipstream to Ordelman, but the slipstream is too much and goes a little bit wide on the grass. Remaining in control, and right now Aston Martin without the slipstream is faster. And also attention to Valenduk, that right now is behind Alexander Dubois. Maybe we can have a great battle between those two. Maybe Valenduk will try here with a great braking zone, but decide to remain behind. Great choice by Valenduk. Herbert also lost the control of the car. Van der Wack again on the pit lane. Jannet Valenduk waiting for the right moment to pass. And yeah, the weather condition will begin to be more, not more better, because it's the worst English I ever heard about, if I say like that. But the condition will be better in the future. Minute contact between Dubois and Valenduk. Dubois cut the track, but Valenduk pass at the end, and Dubois will not be so happy about it, but need to stay there and not hazard any type of maneuver. The race direction will decide all the penalty after the race, so I need to stay there focused and keep pushing, because he's doing a great race right now. And remember that Valenduk has a 25-second penalty, so you can do great, even with even staying behind Valenduk with Oliverstein, but right now he's behind Kelly. Let's take his place. So great job by Kelly. But it wasn't the fast on qualifying, but demonstrate that it's one of the fastest and constant driver here on the last part of championship. Also because Alan arrived on the last part of the championship. So very good to have an Irish driver. Remember, he did round 6 and round 7, and he finished 5th in round 6 and finished 3rd in round 7. And right now we are in round 8 and he's 2nd. So it's very consistent. About its result, but Lucas Matischen goes outside. Re-enter the track. It's sad, but I need to see what happened here. I need to see what happened here by Lucas Matischen, because lost back control. He's ahead. It was 10 seconds ahead of Kelly. Right now only 2.8 seconds ahead of Alan Kelly. Maybe lost back control here. Ooh, completely lost of back control. Luckily for him, no contact with the barrier. But very difficult right now to stay calm because Kelly and Volnivestin are there. Ordelman in 4th place, it's 16 seconds behind, so it's not the problem to lose the podium, but there's a problem to lose the 1st place with Davide Rosso losing a position against Mark Lane. Herbert right now let pass the fastest driver. Let pass everybody, but not Volnivestin. Maybe not the best choice by Sammy Herbert there. Maybe we let him pass right here. And yeah, seem that Herbert let him pass right now. And we can see right that. But I think we can do a lap inside one of the driver. I think we can go, maybe. With Davide Russo, no. Maybe next lap we decide with who we can go. Maybe not the driver that always have. Because normally I have Lucas, Kelly, Volnivestin, Valenduk. Maybe we can do a middle back driver. Udardak, Helmut, Ulster. We'll see who we can do when track condition remain wet. Matischen that stays ahead. Volnivestin is 3rd behind Kelly. Ordelman follow by 16 seconds of gap, and is followed by Valenduk by 1.8 seconds. Follow Valenduk versus Dua. Under those Florentin that goes a little bit wide, and Udarkirk immediately try to pass. Ordelman goes wide. And we go with the replay, I think the same as Valenduk lost for control. Yeah, this curve and the other one are a lot difficult to control the car. And Ordelman right now is behind the Dua. Volnivestin tried to stay behind Kelly, and right now he's staying behind Kelly. Udarkirk that want to pass Florentin, but at the end he can't. And so I think we can go with Udarkirk because it's very close. A little bit of contact with Walker Florentin, but we can go. No, we can go with Reinder Helmut right now. I think we can go with Reinder Helmut. No, with Udarkirk. Only engine sound. And we saw right here a little bit of a wall by Vanderwacht. That was there, and Helmut and Uderkirk stopped because that was that car on that part of the track to avoid any crashes. So it was a little bit fun, I can say that. It was a little bit fun to saw it, and I was very happy to see this incredible scene. But also now is behind, also Helmut is behind, and Uderkirk passed at the end, so it was good for Uderkirk to have that opportunity, but also lost a little bit against Florentin, that now is 5.7 seconds ahead of our driver. And right now the conditions are changing a lot, because right now it's raining, but in 10 minutes the rain will stop, at least from the monitor, and in 30 minutes we'll restart again, but we will see if it go like that way, because before it was 10 minutes low rain and 30 minutes low rain again. So it's a bit crazy weather right now, and also the engineer and the drivers are trying to understand what will happen. It's not easy to understand and to elaborate a strategy right now with this type of weather, and also in a very difficult track like this. It is also easy to. It's very easy to have a wet track here at Snetterton, because it's not one of the best track if we talk about raining. And so hopefully we will see sunny condition, but it's also a great thing to see a great wet race, because the drivers need to also drive on this type of condition, because the rain races have a little bit of special sense. When you drive on the rain, it doesn't depend about the car, especially in Formula 1, but only depends on the ability of the driver. That's happens especially on Formula 1, but also on GT. There's some drivers that are better on wet condition than on dry, and some other that are good, that are very good on slick and sunny condition, but they are not that good on wet condition. Right now Lucas first place remain there with the objective to stay there till the end of the races, but it's not he can't, at least right now he simply can't to escape to Kelly and Oliverstein, but stay there, not gaining against the Ferrari, but also we're not losing so much, we're losing a little bit every lap, and so Kelly and Boniversin trying to stay there, especially Boniversin, because he doesn't have any penalty, any type of penalty, so it's better for him to stay there to regain and rejoin the track in the first place after the mandatory pit stop. With Dua right now side by side with Ordelman. Ordelman from the outside. Dua decide to go behind Ordelman and trying to set the best line. And it was a good move by Roald Ordelman with a great exit. Florentin decided to go into the pit. No, it's not Florentin. Yes, Florentin, sorry. Florentin on to the pit. We go again with Dubois and Ordelman. Dubois that is following the Dutch driver, but touch a little bit of grass and goes a little bit wide there. Stay alert. Don't need to touch any type of grass because the pressure is behind every turn. We go here with Lucas Matthijsen. I think we can go with one lap inside this car. And so only engine sound inside the Lucas Matthijsen magnific Ferrari. It was a great lap with Lucas Matthijsen, that right now is 11 seconds ahead of Von Leverstein, and also remember that Kelly decided to go with a pit stop, so Kelly right now is 10th, but he did already the pit stop, and the one that was exiting right there, it was Oderkerk that had a little bit of trouble with Lucas Matthijsen. Also stop and go for Bokru Florentin, very bad for the Romanian driver, and Leverstein 12 seconds behind Lucas Matthijsen right now, with Valenduk following by 16 seconds against the Honda driver. Dordelman 4th, 8.7 seconds behind Valenduk. Bidouin 5th right now, but the driver that right now has a little bit of advantage if weather remain like this, it's Kelly that with new wet tires can have a very good performance. Holsters also decide to go into the pit right now, and so we will have another driver with new wet tire, and now the rain slower a little bit. Rain is not that much as before, but it's not the best condition we ever saw. It was better at the end of qualifying, but it seems that we will have the same condition in 10 minutes from the weather monitor. But it depends. All the meteorologists are trying to understand what the weather will do. Also, Von Leverstein decide to go into the pit. his pit stop. Maybe Valenduk also will decide to go into the pit lane. Decide to continue. Also, I think Orderman will continue. And yes, it is also the Frenchman Alessandro Roy continue. And also Van der Does. And I think we saw a little bit of crash there, and I think it's Utman. Utman lost of control. Regain the track right now. Van Cleef passing him right now. Utman leave him the space because he was faster. So at the end, I started seeing that Utman want to do a wall against Van Cleef. At the end, Utman let him pass because he saw it was faster. Also Marco playing into the pit, and now it's not raining, guys. It's not raining. The track is wet, but it's not raining. Now we need to see if in 30 minutes will continue to rain, or if it's better to go into the slick when the track will have less rain and less water on the surface. It's not an easy situation right now to understand. And so the driver will study the condition. And they certainly want to understand what's the best decision at the end. And right now, nobody have the best decision. Tutterman wet follows Van Cleef, and also Marco paying attention because it's behind Petrovic. We want to pass him with Mercedes, a little bit of damage for the Latvian. Marco is doing its best to try to pass him. Maybe here on the straight with the power of McLaren. You can certainly pass him going for the inside line. We need to wait. Great braking by Petrovic, one of the best driver if we talk about constancies, like Alan Kelly, one of the most constant driver. Also attention to Ulster side by side with Elko Lewis and the inside line for its Lexus. Great braking with Valdyson and the band at the need to retreat. And so Ulster pass with underwater. They lost the control of the car. Want to see what happened here. Goes wide, goes on the grass and lost completely the control of the car. Underwater with the Aston Martin. It is the V12 Aston Martin. You can see it that very different in all form. Right now, Utman against Van Cleef again for this incredible battle between each other. And right now, Matician is waiting for weather update because he wants the weather to change, especially in 30 minutes. Go in a slick condition. If it's like that, he will maybe remain on wet compound, but he can certainly have an advantage on the decision that can have with Utman right now. Try to pass another time Van Cleef, but Van Cleef is doing its best to defend in every way, and is doing a very good way against the other Dutch. Right now, Bolivia seems that can have the win, but we will not have the certainty until the finish of the race. Alan Kelly, maybe it's second. Right now he's behind Davide Russo by 2.5 seconds. Right now, Van der Wacht let him pass. Try to recover, and Uthman side by side again. Van Cleef on the inside line, try to resist on the inside at the end. Uthman pass with a great maneuver. Was a very, very good maneuver there. And at the end stays ahead. Uthman, but right now he's in 9th place. Also Klein is trying to attack Petrovic again. But as I say, Petrovic is very difficult to pass even with the damage. So you need to gain a lot of speed with this McLaren. It's not easy in wet condition, but he can certainly do that. Lucas right now that he lapped already Bam. And when only 18 minutes till the end remain, the race is not settled. It's a moment of pause if we talk about battles, but we need to see a lot of pit stop. Half of the pit stop need to do, because 5, 3, 1, 1, yeah, 10 drivers need to do the pit stop. The other 10 already did the pit stop, so it's a very interesting situation here. And it will be very interesting to see at the end who will have the first place in this wet and difficult condition. Kelly following Davide Russo. Try to take the 7th place. And the top 3 decide to stay outside of the track right now. Sorry, on the track and not on the pit. It's waiting for the update of the monitor, and right now in 10 minutes we will have again rain. So maybe it's time to go into the pit after seeing that it will not going into dry condition, but it will remain wet. But we will see with great maneuver here by Alan Kelly, maybe on the hairpin drive. Brake, great braking by Alan Kelly, and pass Davide Russo in an incredible and magnificent way. So right now Alan Kelly ahead, and now he's only 15 seconds behind Von Liebestin. 15 seconds, that was the penalty that Alan Kelly had after the last races. Cochlane with 0.7 second stays behind again Armand Petrovic. This is a good battle between those two. Between the German 3-point star car, that is Mercedes, and McLaren from Woking. And from Bruce McLaren, that was New Zealand. Is doing its best to pass Petrovic, but Armand is doing an incredible race. Remember that Armand need to do the beat, and Marco not, as you can see on the graphic. So it's only a moment for the attack of Marco, at least what do we think, but it's not easy to pass here in Snetterton. It's one of the narrowest track here on tutta questa competizione, and also one of the difficult track to understand. With Armand Petrovic is not the best exit, but we go with inside lap with Marco Klein, only engine sound. Following again Petrovic, defending every way against the Dutchman, but right now seeming impossible to pass the one and only Petrovic, and when I say that, there's the opportunity for Marco, a little bit of contact side by side, and Marco pass at the end. What an owl. We say what an owl when you are in Italy, because an owl normally have unluckiness, and so we say va che gufo. And it's see what an owl, it's in English, but it's one of the phrase that we have in Italy. Herbert that lost the control for a moment, but right now he's again on track. Matisse now 27 seconds ahead of Vallenduk, 20 seconds ahead of Fordelman. We need to see against of Dua, against of Underdose, and against of Olives in what we can do. Lewis right now is on the start of the track. Lucas is on the end of the track. Behind underwater right now. And underwater right now he seems to not let him pass, but at the end, before the turn, Ordelman let him pass in a very good way. So good job by Ordelman. Underwater, sorry. Ordelman is right now on third place and is doing a great race with only 5 seconds of BOP. So we will see if can remain on top 3, but the Y is there and it's only 1.5 seconds behind. So even if they decide to go at the same time on the pit, so Ordelman and Dua, Vanderdoes right now on the straight decide to go for another lap when only 10 minutes remain. And so Vanderdoes right now take the third place. Von Liebestein is ahead at the end with Wavet hesitating right now. Ordelman side by side. It's Ordelman at the end. Had great pit stop by Ordelman, and now the White's behind him, and they will try in every way to pass him with Kelly that is behind both of them. And so Kelly maybe it's outside of podium, but he's trying his best to stay there at the end of race. Now we only need to see if Matician go. Matician does decide to not to go. Ooh, very Ulster lost the control to time, but at the end regain the control of the car. He can go for another lap. So Valenduk goes for another lap also for him. Need to see Dion Vanderdoes right now. There's the other one that probably will go for another lap. But we don't know. We don't know that right now. And here on the last two curve before the end of a lap. Left turn here for Vanderdoes, and we see if we go for the pit stop. No, decide to continue also for him. Oliverson right now it's on track for the all in the rain again. Start again. Now it's not easy. Not an easy situation for the drivers. Olivestein has a great opportunity. Set the fastest lap time with 1:55.475. So he's doing a great lap, but with a time of 1:55.977. This was the last lap of addition. So he's doing also very good. Lucas. Also Valendok is doing very good. With a time of 1:55.927, Matician 1:55.192 retake the fastest lap. Only one that is not that fast right now is Vanderdoes in 1:57.120 and goes a little bit wide there. Valenduk exiting last corner, and again decide to continue for another lap. Now we have a battle, Udardark against Petrovic, and so we go with this battle, but we stay on alert if we see some drivers on the pit lane. Udardark from the outside line, on Petrovic trying the switch back. Ooh, is there, maybe with a great break can pass Petrovic, decide to stay behind him. But at the end, again with another switchback, try to pass him again on the right side. And now take the inside line, very good exit, but not enough, and Vanderdoes goes into the pit. Bolivestin pass for third place, and a lot of driver will pass right now with Russo that need to do the pit stop. Also Utman that is behind him with 20-second penalty. Van Cliff also need to do the pit stop, and also Pederix. Vanderdoes that was the first, and now it's finished the pit stop, restarting again. Not the best start from Vanderdoes. With Russo right now, it is arriving. Vanderdoes continue on top 7. Russo in the pit, also Woodman in the pit. I think also Van Cliff may be on the pit, we will see it. It's time right now to go into the pit lane. And so, also Van Cliff on the pit. Valenduk in the pit right now. We see where Bolivestin it is. He is on the straight, on the opposite straight. Then the main straight at the start. So it's very close, I think. It's very close. But at the end, maybe it's ahead of Bolivestin. Bolivestin right now on the last turns. Let's go right now for Bolivestin. Valenduk finishing right now. Bolivestin on the straight and east side of Bolivestin. And maybe Vantician it's first at the end. Maybe it's first. Because at the end, even with the 30-second penalty, I think he can stay side. Only depends on his decision. 1 minute point 9 seconds behind Bolivestin. We need to stay on alert on these two. Because we'll see if he go for another lap, but I think he go into the pit. Yeah. Now is the right moment to go into the pit lane. Enter the pit lane right now is 3 turn before the straight. Bolivestin maybe. It's a good situation for Lucas. Now it's stopped. If Lucas win this race, it's amazing for him. And also we can say that will be the last lap when he will exit, or if Samuel Bolivestin it's ahead of him at the end of its pit stop. Bolivestin great control here. Matician finished its pit stop and it's ahead by a lot. Last lap starting right now for Lucas Matician. So we followed him till the end of the race. Great strategy by Lucas Matician. They take another win, and now pretty clear that if you want to win, you need to win next race. And also Lucas need to do the worst race of his life in the next race, because he can confirm again its championship on GT3 season 5. Right now side by side with Utman, but let him pass on the inside after the blue flag. But another incredible, marvelous drive by Lucas Matician, that is doing another incredible race. he decided to go with the Ferrari at the start of the season. Sim is not the best, was the best car for him, but at the end, he understands this Italian car, this Italian engine, and the power of the Ferrari, and at the end, Lucas Mattijan again stays ahead at the end of another race. We will see if he has some penalty, but I think he does not have some penalty. Time finished. We only wait for the checker flag for Lucas to win this race. They take at home another incredible win for the Dutchman, Lucas Mattijan.
Has finished the race.
Second right now, great race for him after a very tricky Indianapolis race. Great finish by Bolivestin, taking second place. And Yannick Wallenhoek that if it wasn't have too much damage and too much incident at the start of the race, it will be second, but third place it's also good after all that happened to him. Ordelman, fourth place, great race also for him with Dubois, followed by Kelly. Fifth and sixth, the French take the top 5 ahead of the Irish. With Van der Does, great race also for him, 7th place. Marco Klein that right now is concluding in 8th. Followed by Ulster in 9th, but there's a battle between Uderkerk and Ulster for 9 and 10. A lap behind Versudman that already finished. Another driver that already finished, but they already decided to go outside the server, so we need to wait till the end to see the official standings. Marco finishing right now in F place. Ulster in 9th. And Uderkerk with a little bit of an error on the last curve. Finishing in 10th. Now only underwater with Aston Martin. Need to finish the race. As we see, Lucas first, second Bolivestin, third Wallenhoek, fourth Ordeman, fifth Dubois, and the other drivers behind them with only Hobbs that retired till to the race. So we can finish this incredible live for RacingLeague.net season 5, and the last race will be in the incredible track of Paul Ricard in France to finish this incredible championship. See you everybody for the October 27 for the last race, and good night to everybody.